Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Reading. This is a reading for Taurus. And welcome. So we're starting with a new opening. I have to figure out what it is actually. But yes, this is a reading for Taurus. Our card tonight is the Universe card. And we're going to see how that interacts with our tea leaves. All right, let's go. We're going to spin this thing, then we're going to knock on it. This is my little way. And I think I borrowed this from other readers. I believe a lot of people tap. But when I first started learning how to read at a young age, the tapping, I didn't learn to do the tap. I don't know. I picked it up somewhere. But you go... and it's like a knock, knock, knock. Hey, Spirit, show me what is in these tea leaves. What are they going to show us tonight? And so I also just want to say again, thank you so much for clicking on the reading. It is such a pleasure to be able to do these readings for you all. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. Welcome home. It does feel like family here, getting to know people over the last couple of years, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a look. It looks like we have two people, one here, one here. They look like good friends. Almost kind of like, maybe like you've been friends for years or you've like worked together. Maybe you grew up together. There's a lot of joking. This is what I get. I just like the laughing and kind of, well, when I was young, we used to call it like chopping it up, hanging out, clowning on people. I'm from Northern California, so this is how, this is what we called things back in the day. So I feel like this is somebody that you can just be super goofy with, right? They're the person you gossip with. If anything happens, immediately on text, telling each other, sending videos, voice, all the things, right? And I feel like it seems like even if you've like been married and divorced and in another relationship and then that ended and you're dating somebody else, like you're always on the same level with this person. Like it doesn't change. It doesn't matter. They're part of your family. They're like your forever person. And platonic. I think this is a platonic relationship. But I do. I feel like you're like you're a pair, right? And people have told you like you're the pair. I wonder if they are a Cancer because we have the crab over here. We also have the number 47. And then up here we have, it looks like CLC, maybe? CLC? CLC. No, I don't. It almost looks like on this side it says clap. CLAP. But maybe CL. Maybe CLC. I don't know. Sometimes there's just random letters and I'm like, well, I don't know what the heck that could be. And people are like, oh my gosh, that was the initials of my dog when I was growing up. You never know. It's different for each of us. We fit with the message in different ways. Okay, so we have a present right in the middle. Right there in the middle. And we have like a lot of dogs for some reason. The bow on this one looks like a dog too. You can see right in here the head Here's the body and the legs. Now over here, here's another dog. You can see head, body, legs. There's another one up here, here. So I just feel like maybe you're a dog person, or maybe you are in a relationship with somebody who has a dog or dogs. But I keep getting this feeling of like maybe like a dog park or like a grouping of dogs, maybe like walking dogs, or just having this experience of interacting with others because of dogs being around. I've never in my adult life had a dog, so I don't know, but I've had friends who have dogs, and when they go out walking and stuff, stopping and talking to other dog owners and or dog parents, I should say. And there's like a camaraderie, or just this like, there's this in to like have a conversation with somebody that maybe you otherwise wouldn't stop and talk to. And so I kind of feel like this is maybe something you're experiencing, or maybe you had a companion dog and maybe they have, transitioned, passed on. And you've been considering getting another little puppy or a dog or some kind of, companion animal. And I feel like this really is like the universe saying like, yes, immerse yourself in that. Go for it, right? Yeah, because I feel like it's so fulfilling for you. But then we have that present. So and let me just be clear. Do not buy presents that are animals for people. I don't like to tell people what to do, but the other one I've said before that I'm sure not everybody loves to hear. Please do not buy bred dogs. Don't buy bred dogs. Go and adopt a dog. I know. I'm one of those like soft-hearted ones. But yeah, I feel like with the present, it's almost like if you're getting adopting, rescuing, even if you're purchasing an animal for yourself, and you have the full idea of how this is going to affect your life, how much responsibility it is, all that stuff, and you've considered it, the financial aspects of it, all of it, and you decide, yes, I still want to get this for myself, then yes, go ahead. But don't buy one for another person. Unless it's like, it's a rare thing that somebody is going to, oh, thank you for this living thing that I'm going to have to take care of for years, Not always the best kind of present for somebody. Also, they're living beings. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But let's see. We have fish now on this side. I can't wait to see the comments on that. I always love when people are like, I came for a reading, but I got a lecture. Yes, you did, didn't you? And it seems that you stayed around to listen to it too. Yeah, I love you. I do. So we also have, it looks like it's J-O or T-O. It could be T-O. But it looks like J-O. So maybe John, Joe, Joseph, Josephine, something like this. Let's see. We have a person that looks like they're packing a box. I almost feel like you've had somebody... I almost feel like you've had somebody in your life who just immediately changed. Almost like it's like you don't even understand what happened exactly. Like They just got super cold. And I'm saying that because I'm looking over here and it looks like, to me, it looks very much like some kind of, you know, like a landscape at the bottom of the ocean in some old sci-fi movie, or like some lunar landscape, some arid place that's like just kind of strange and alien looking, but also kind of cold, and like there's not a lot of life that you can perceive. And so to me, it just is like somebody who went from being probably pretty close with you, knowing each other really well, to totally turning on you in a lot of ways. I feel like just the attitude, there's just this attitude that is so cold and calculated and cutting. The triple C's. I almost wonder if this is an adult male child. It almost feels like they're moving, like they moved out, or they are moving out, or you want them to move out. And it's just like, it's a disaster. It's like, and it feels like not at it, like they're not like, you know, 17 and a half and you're like, hey, the clock is ticking. I'm counting off days on the calendar for you to go find an apartment or go to school or whatever. I feel like this is an older, it feels like an older person, maybe in their late 20s or 30s, or maybe even older. I don't know, but fully an adult, right? We're not talking about a child that kind of looks like an adult. We're talking about a full adult, okay? And just the resentment, trying to get them out of this almost kind of arrested development. What is that, like failure to, what is the word? Failure to take off? Failure to launch. That's what it is. Something, you know, and like just getting to the point where it's like, dude, you got to figure it out, right? It's not that I don't love you, but you need to get out in the world, you know, or you need to return to the world, right? And listen, I understand it's expensive. A lot more people are in living situations where it's multi-generational, which I think is great. I tell my daughter every day, I love you. I want you to go live your life when you get older. I want you to see the world, do it, you know, whatever you want. But I want you to also know you are welcome here always. You can always live with mom and dad, you know. Even if you're married and you have your own kid and stuff, we all live together. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that, you know, I really envy families that live together generation on generation. And, but, right, I think we all also know that our kids have to get out there in the world a little bit, at least, to know what is out there, to see their options, to see how things work beyond our own little lives, right? Because we all live differently. There's plenty of stuff that I learned about the world when I left home. I'm sure the same is true of you. So I do feel like this is kind of like okay, it's time, you know? And I think I was trying to get around to saying, like, maybe they had gone out there in the world and, you know, maybe it's like they got divorced and they came home to get on their feet and now they've been there for some years and you're ready. You're ready to maybe downsize the house, or maybe you want to move to a warmer climate, or, you know, find something that's a little more affordable, or whatever it is. Maybe you just want to stay there and, you know, they're not pulling their weight. Maybe they're, you know, making life harder for you. You know, whatever this might be, I feel like there is a sense of, I don't know, a lot of aggression from them. And so you know, I know it's hard, and I know, you know, I'm a person, I've learned recently about this thing called fawning, as a stress reaction instead of like just fight or flight. There's something called fawning, and it is to kind of try to be perceived as easygoing and likable and not make things hard for other people and accept a lot of BS because you don't want to rock the boat, or, you know. And I read about this recently, and I watched some videos about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I had never heard of it. Not that I remember. But I'm, you know, I came from a house of addiction and other kinds of abuse and neglect and stuff. And I grew up in that environment, and I recognize all of the markers of myself. So I could see, and I understand this when I see people in these kinds of situations where you just keep kind of putting up with stuff because you don't want to have that huge conflict. You don't want to have to go through the devastation that it might take to change this dynamic. But I really believe that, you know, whatever the scenario, whoever it involves, I think that you know what you need to do, right? And this is the thing too, is that prioritizing your wellness might feel quite selfish, especially how the world is right now. But living in a situation that is untenable, and, you know, it's just coming home to a place that feels chaotic, or there's aggression, or, you know, you don't feel comfortable or like you can relax, or there's always messes, or you're always worried about money because nobody else is helping, you know, these kinds of things. Of course, you have to prioritize your own well-being. And so this is, I think, the beginning of some of that work. You know, figuring out, how is this going to look for you? How do you move forward in this situation? And really activating that Taurus nature that I know that you have, right? So, down here, it looks like it says TV. I've been staring at it like, I'm like, this looks like it says TV right here. TV. So maybe you are somebody who's trying to get on. Maybe you're trying to get on television. Well, I'm just going to tell you, skip that, start a YouTube channel, get on here and start making content if that's what you're interested in doing. I'm not going to tell you it's easy, but if you find something that you like to do, if you find a niche that you like, it's a wonderful place for creativity. So if that's what that is. Now maybe you're somebody who loves television, like myself. I love TV. I know I'm not supposed to, but I love to watch movies and television shows. Right now I'm in the middle of watching The Sopranos with my husband, and shout out to my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. And also congratulations to my husband Paul. His name is Paul. He does have a name. He just reached 300,000 subscribers. That blows my mind, but well-deserved. Really talented person my husband is. And, well, Paul is. But yeah, we both are big fans of TV and television shows. So we are watching The Sopranos. I had never seen it. I had always avoided watching it because oftentimes, and I know I'm a snob, I am a snob when it comes to art and music and TV and literature and some things, right? No, I'm not really snobby, but I do feel like often when so many people like something, it's going to be bad. it's just, you know, I mean, so many things that I've tried to watch and I'm like, what is this? But The Sopranos, I was wrong. I'm happy to report I was wrong, and I'm like, what, 30 years late? So, yeah. But so television, I don't know. Maybe there is something good to watch. If you have something that you want to recommend to all of us, please put it in the comment section. Always looking for, I'm on the 5th season of Sopranos. I was trying to think, what am I going to watch next? I have Dune. I want to watch that new Dune series on HBO. Or trying to get through Severance. I know, everybody loves it, and it is cool. It's just the aesthetic. It really bothers me. I don't like, what are they called? Fluorescent lights and stuff. So watching it is so off-putting, and I know that it's supposed to be, but my goodness, I don't know. Also, well, I'm not going to go on about it. I could talk about this stuff forever. I like TV. But if you have anything else that you want to recommend, please go ahead and do that. Now, we're going to do 3 lucky numbers. 11. Number 11. Ooh. 98. 11, 98. And go slow. 81. And 81. All right. Now, here's the last deal. We're going to do our self-care affirmation cards. I'm going to flip through and stop where it feels right. Okay. And it says, the tranquil oasis. I design my tranquil space. Just as meditation quiets the mind, a tranquil space brings peace to my environment. I simplify and organize my surroundings to cultivate an environment of peace. I am relaxed and at ease in my body, and my home is a tranquil oasis. All right, let's do that last part again. That's a long sentence. I simplify and organize my surroundings to cultivate an environment of peace. I am relaxed and at ease in my body, and my home is a tranquil oasis. And my home is a tranquil oasis. All right. Taurus, I love you. I thank you for spending this time with me. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Other than that, we will talk in a few days. Please take care of yourself. Make sure that you are washing your hands many times a day. All of these bugs going around, all of the flus and colds and stomach stuff. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Just be vigilant about that. I feel like I've gotten through 1 week and a half, right? 1 week and 3 days, and I haven't been sick. And I'm really, really happy about that. So washing my hands has been really, that's it. I swear, that's the thing. That, and I've been taking a lot of elderberry. I think that's also helping quite a bit. So anyways, Taurus, I love you. Take care of yourself. We're going to talk soon. Good night. Good night. Good night.